The terrorist attack explosion at the U.S. Canada border, a vehicle exploding and driving into the booth there. There is new video. We're working on getting more video of a car actually speeding up and going over the bridge. And again, we're continuing to monitor this situation. We know 2 have been confirmed dead. We don't know the source of the attack, but again, it is being viewed as a terrorist attack. We're going to bring in Jonathan Gilliam, former Navy SEAL and former FBI special agent. Jonathan, tell us, we know the FBI is on the scene, actively involved as a former FBI special agent. What would they be doing right now?
When something like this happens, you're going to get an initial response of local law enforcement and federal law enforcement that's going to react together. So it's very task force oriented. And that's a very important thing, because on these task force, on the Joint Terrorism Task Force and many other task force that the FBI is involved with, includes state and local law enforcement officers and other federal agencies. So you're going to get a mix of all kinds of individuals. When we say the FBI arrives, it's not like only FBI is there and that's it. This is a task force oriented investigation. And that's what the Joint Terrorism Task Force was made for. And also it was kind of born from the way that we had organized crime task forces and all these other different types of task force. So when they show up, they're immediately trying to find out, is there evidence that this was a terrorist attack? In other words, was it a vehicle that just exploded because it caught on fire, or was there intention in this? Was it terror, which terror is the use of force and violence and intimidation for a political aim? Is there significant evidence to show that this may quickly become connected to some type of a group? And sometimes you get a license plate and things like that, and you see that, and immediately you know. Also the proximity of where it was, or if there were prior threats made. But these are also issues where it could be a domestic attack, like Timothy McVeigh and so on and so forth. So that's what they're trying to determine right now.
We're going to bring in Drew Berquist, counterterrorism expert as well, that we have. I want to know, how quickly can law enforcement begin to gather information? What are the challenges? Obviously, like Jonathan pointed out, there could be a license plate, then they can maybe identify who was behind this. So talk about, again, the speed at which they have to act, which I think they have to act pretty quickly here, because there's a lot of people out on the roads, a lot of people in the sky right now for the holiday.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I think you obviously always want to act as fast as you possibly can, but it's tricky in these situations, and it's tricky here where we don't, traditionally overseas, Iraq, Afghanistan, you'd see these VBIDs, you'd see these types of attacks. It's not obviously, and thankfully so, to this point in time, been a trend here. But it's something that's always also hard, because you've got lots of damage, lots of things that are there. And if you didn't have chatter about what was going to happen before, it puts you kind of behind the 8 ball. So you've got an uphill battle here for sure. And I think, look, that's part of why this probably happened. Again, as we were just hearing there, we don't know everything with this, but we do know that it's going to cause mayhem. It's going to cause concern. Excuse me. And that's one of the reasons that these extremists do these types of attacks, is to make people uneasy, make them scared.